Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we are doing the Lopez versus Ortiz ESPN recap from Thursday, February 8th. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. Now, guys, I just want to apologize for my absence here in February. Man, I've had a hell of a month. Coaching, surgeries in the family and stuff like that. So I really apologize for not staying on track, but I'm trying to get back on track now with, I'm going to bust out a bunch of videos over the next week, so make sure you're paying attention. But I'm starting today with going back and looking at the recap from the February 8th card that saw Teofimo Lopez against Jermaine Ortiz for the WBO junior welterweight title at 140 pounds. But first, let's talk about the undercard. You had Keyshawn Davis, the undefeated 24-year-old prospect on the rise, faced his toughest test to date when he took on former two-division champion Jose Pedraza. Now, heading into this one, Davis was kind of, it was viewed as a, with Pedraza being the consummate gatekeeper, Davis had to come out and look good against him. But many people felt, myself included, that a knockout would be appropriate in order to see if this guy really was, the next big thing. And he would go out and get that knockout. But I do have some reservations about the victory. One, and the most major one, was it's not that I don't think Keyshawn Davis is going to be a good fighter and a world champion, because I do. You can see it. But how good he is, I think, was kind of lost in this fight with Davis, because Davis is, Pedraza, is a fighter that hadn't fought at 135 in years, and he made Pedraza come down to 135 to fight. And originally I was surprised, because I thought Davis was moving to 140 momentarily to fight Pedraza, but no, he was able to get Jose Pedraza to come down and weight to 135, a weight he has not fought at, and like I said, in years. And I think that played a part in the busting him up and knocking him out angle, because dropping that much weight after a certain amount of time, is very hard. Sometimes it's hard to do, just period. So to do it, for a fight like this against a younger, faster, kid, it isn't easy, and Keyshawn Davis really took advantage of it. I mean, don't get me wrong, Pedraza agreed to it, but he took advantage of Pedraza in the ring and dominated him to a 6-round TKO. So impressive win. I don't think he's going to be in my lightweight top 10 just yet, but it was a good win, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in the future. Now the main event, Teofimo Lopez and Jermaine Ortiz. This fight ended in a controversial decision victory for Teofimo Lopez, another one. And I just really have to ask, when is Teofimo Lopez going to stop fighting slick southpaws that can box? Vasily Lomachenko, people question that fight. Sandor Martin, people question that fight. And now Jermaine Ortiz, I said going into it, I just thought it was a bad opponent selection. Just like I thought Sandor Martin was a bad opponent selection. It's obviously he struggles coming forward and pushing forward, facing a southpaw that can box and move. And I'm not going to argue the victor here, because I liken this fight completely to Canelo and Erislandy Lara. To me, it was identical. Lara moved more, landed more. He landed about 10 punches more, I believe, than Canelo in that fight. And Canelo didn't do a good job of cutting the ring off. He didn't. And Lara would move out of there and not hit at all, and didn't seem willing to engage. And Ortiz, when he did throw punches, there were more pitter-patter. At least that's what they looked like, And he definitely, made Lopez feel his power a couple times, but Lopez continued to just press forward and come after Martin. And I think that, and if you look at the bottom line, they landed around the same amount of punches, that played a major role in the decision, you know, because you have to wonder what the judges are looking at, you know, and if you're moving backwards, unless you are really and convincingly counterpunching well and, you know, dominating the action, it's not going to go your way every time. And Lopez was having his moments, but again, it was one punch at a time. It wasn't, you know, that effective aggressiveness that you want. And the fight ended controversially, and it was an interesting turn of events. So, Jermaine Ortiz, in my book, whether it's 135 or 140 moving forward, he'll get a what's next video next week, and Teofimo Lopez will as well. But definitely the performance here by Lopez left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, and they're not really, you know, high on Teofimo Lopez again. So we'll see what happens next for these two fighters after this controversial decision. But that's it. That's what I got. That's my ESPN recap from Thursday, February 8th, that was headlined by Teofimo Lopez and Jermaine Ortiz for the WBO Junior Welterweight title. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.